Good morning, beautiful people. What did you say, Doc? I'm here getting my late night calorie burning. Yeah, I'm up late with you guys. I am I'm cold. I am excited. Pretty excited to see what's gonna happen with this ceasefire. If it's gonna be successful. JD Vance is going to represent for the United States over in Pakistan. And I don't know. I know right now the ceasefire is fragile. I listen to commentators talk about, oh, the United States lost. The United States didn't lose anything. I don't know if it's going to be successful, but I have high hopes that it will be. There's been a lot of flip-flopping going around. I I don't know what to say. So I was listening to someone who has completely turned on Donald Trump, Marjorie Taylor. I am so sick of Marjorie Taylor Greene asking for Donald Trump to be impeached and removed from office over all of these things with Iran. She is the biggest flip flopper that I have seen. Hey, Kirk, thank you for being a member. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Oh my goodness, my allergies is messing with me all of a sudden. How you doing, Kirk? Doc, thank you for being a member. I appreciate you guys. I'm so sorry, you guys. I gotta. Let me play a video for you guys while I get myself together. Now, again, I am not a fan of Marjorie Taylor. Marjorie Taylor claims to still be a Republican, but she doesn't sound like one. You think that it will be successful? I hope it will be. And you guys, I'm only going to play this short video, and I'll talk to you guys the rest of the time. I promise. Okay? Did you sniff pepper, Doc? I don't know what is going on. I don't know what's going on. It's just my allergies all of a sudden. So I got to get myself together, you guys. I wasn't going to play a video, but now I need to play a video so I can buy some time. Catwalk, what happened yesterday? What happened, friend? Forgive me for yesterday? What happened yesterday? You never have to. You guys can speak your mind in this chat. You know that. Everything I show for educational for use purposes. Let me play this video for you guys because I need to buy some time and I'll be back. I'll be back. I do not approve of this statement by Marjorie. Doc. Okay, let's see. Don't be mad at me about the video. We'll talk later.
The Middle East remains tense amid this fragile temporary truce, even after President Trump backed down from his threat to eliminate a, quote, whole civilization in Iran.
And joining us now to discuss what's going on, the former Republican Congresswoman, Marjorie Taylor Greene of Georgia. Congresswoman, thanks so much for joining us. I know you recently called for the president to be removed from office under the 25th Amendment to the Constitution after that threat that he made about destroying the whole civilization of Iran. The president has a long history of shocking and unprecedented social media posts. Why was this the final straw for you?
Because it's absolute madness. How can any person that is mentally stable call for an entire civilization of people to be murdered, to be wiped out, to never come back again? That's what the president called for. And that shows that there's serious instability in his thinking, that he would, not only would he even say that in a private room, perhaps with his advisors, but actually go to his megaphone, his Truth Social, and post that for the entire country and the entire world. And it's unreal. This should never be tolerated. I know it's a very difficult, hard stretch to see it actually coming through, but the conversation needs to be had, and he's out of control. And people within the administration need to step up, take responsibility, and rein this in.
And administration officials, as we've heard, have said that he was ready to follow through with this threat. Just hours after he made it, he announced this 2-week ceasefire that's still very tenuous at the moment. The White House is claiming it was the president's tough rhetoric that brought Iran to its knees. What do you say to that?
I'm sorry. That's not tough rhetoric. It's insanity. It's calling for the murder of an entire civilization of men, women, children, of innocent civilians. That is not what I would call proper or even decent negotiations. There should be negotiations happening, and they did happen. And J.D. Vance, the vice president, was the one that helped bring that ceasefire. It doesn't seem to be much of a ceasefire, but it is supposedly a ceasefire. And that happened through negotiations through J.D. Vance. And J.D. Vance did not go to his social media and threaten to murder every single man, woman, and child in Iran. Presumably, we can only presume that that would happen through nuclear bombs, because that's the type of horrific weaponry that would be used to wipe out an entire civilization. So no, I push back on that. And I think the American people fully agree. Everyone was outraged.
I just want to be clear, Congresswoman, do you genuinely believe President Trump had the intention of killing Iran's entire population of more than 90 million people if Iran had not agreed to a ceasefire? Is the U.S. military, for example, even capable of that?
I don't think that our good men and women in the U.S. military would want to even carry something like that out. That's the other thing. And I think that's important to point out. Our men and women in the military are the greatest among us. They're serving our country, defending our freedoms, and I'm so grateful to them, and I support them so much. But we should never have a commander-in-chief that would call for the great men and women of the United States military to wipe out an entire civilization and put that on their shoulders. And, you know, we've already got so many veterans that live with PTSD every single day in America, that can't sleep at night with terrible nightmares of the wars that they fought in foreign lands, foreign wars in foreign lands, not for America, for foreign countries and foreign purposes. And this is what the president was talking about. So I can only take him at his word, because those are the words that he spoke to the entire world.
I just want to follow up with that. I mean, the White House has denied they were going to use a nuclear bomb, but the critics of Trump, they're like, you know, look, how can you say no one saw this coming? Obviously, calling for the death of a whole civilization is at a different level. But as Wolf mentioned earlier, Trump has been known for his bombastic rhetoric, right? He's been doing that for years. And you used to be a supporter. Now you're speaking out against him, but people might be asking, well, I mean, didn't you see this coming?
Well, you know, I've always been a supporter of President Trump for the policies. That's what I cared about. But once he became president, he changed his policies. What we campaigned on was no more foreign wars. And President Trump said he was going to be the peace president. Well, he's gone from being the peace president to the war president. And I don't support that at all. I'm not offended oftentimes by people's words. I mean, people on the right and the left have lots of different types of language and statements. However, it's their actions that is what I pay attention to. And the president lost my support when he covered up the Epstein files and called me a traitor and wanted to primary me.
I think that Marjorie, can y'all hear me, is the biggest joke right now. I just do.
Because I supported women that were raped at 16 and 18 years old, or 14 years old even. And I don't support the president in going to war in Iran. And what we campaigned on and what President Trump promised America was to put America first. And now we've got rising inflation, gas prices are going out of control, but we also have to put the blame on both parties. $100 in 2021 is now only $80 in 2026 because of the declining value of the dollar. So Pamela and Wolf, I blame both parties for this, and it's an absolute failure to the American people, but I cannot support a president that wants to murder an entire civilization of people.
Right. And you called for his removal through the 25th Amendment after that threat. When you look at the polls, I wonder what your reaction is when it comes to MAGA Republicans, people who identify as MAGA. 9 out of 10 support this war. And that's pretty consistent across the board. How do you explain that?
Well, I would explain that by breaking down the demographics of that poll. The polling that I have seen is it's mainly the baby boomers, Republicans that watch Fox News all day, every day, are the ones that are primarily, mostly supporting this war in Iran. However, it's the majority of Americans, especially 50 and under, that do not support this war in Iran. And I would argue that it's if the baby boomer generation, my parents' generation, whom I love very much, needs to think clearly about how a war in Iran could have long-term implications for their children and their grandchildren, and really can reconsider their support for that. We've got the Strait of Hormuz is barely open with very few ships going through. The price of oil is skyrocketing, and this isn't going to end quickly. This is going to have economic profound effects for a very long time, and it'll take a long time to get back on track, especially if this war continues and continues to escalate. So my prayers are with those that are negotiating a ceasefire and a peace deal. I very much hope that J.D. Vance is successful, because it seems to be his voice is the one that is really pushing for peace and to end this. He was opposed to the war to begin with, as there's been many reports that have said that. And I really hope to see people in leadership in Washington, D.C. get back on track and care about regular Americans, because regular Americans are sick and tired of all of this, and they're tired of not being able to afford life. And they very much want the drama in Washington to end so that they can carry on and enjoy their everyday lives. They're not interested in killing people in foreign lands. I can tell you that much.
Congresswoman, with Congress out of town on recess once again right now, we really didn't hear the Republican leadership respond to President Trump's threat to eliminate an entire civilization. We did, however, see many Democrats join you in calling for President Trump's removal from office. What do you make of the fact that you seem to be more on the side of Democrats on this specific issue rather than your own party? What do you think?
Just to be clear, Wolf, I'm not a Democrat, so I want to make that clearly known. None of my positions have changed, but I think I'm one of the few honest Republicans willing to talk about it. Everyone else is just afraid to speak out against the president because they're terrified of having an ugly Truth Social post dropped on them, or a primary challenge like what's happening to Thomas Massie, supported by dark money from billionaires that don't even live in Thomas Massie's Kentucky, the 4th District of Kentucky. That's what other Republicans are terrified. So they won't speak up. They're cowards. And I really have to call out the speaker, Mike Johnson, who calls himself a Christian. I don't know how he can say those words. That's what was so offensive to me. Any Christian serving in Congress or serving in the Senate and serving in the administration really needs to take pause and ask themselves, as a Christian, do you really support the president calling for the annihilation, calling to wipe out an entire civilization of people? And I don't think you should, because that's not what Jesus said, and that's not what Christianity is all about. And so I think that, yeah, I'm probably one of the few. It was me, Tucker Carlson, Alex Jones, and a few others that are willing to call it out and speak out against this, because we're willing to be honest. It's not about aligning ourselves with right or left or Democrat or Republican. It's about being honest.
But she's not, though.
New polling ahead of the midterm election shows Democrats are feeling highly motivated to get out and vote later this
Oh Lord, I can't take more of that. Let's get calm. Now, you guys, you know that Marjorie is the biggest flip-flopper in history. I don't know who's bigger, her or Candace, but this is not about.
Not even close. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
This is not even about that. Now, for those of you that say I don't play both sides, you're lying. You're lying. I do play both sides. Doesn't mean I agree with both sides.
You can finish both sides tonight.
I agree with damage. She is so lame. Donald Trump did not violate the 25th Amendment like Marjorie's babbling about. And we all know why we're in this situation with Iran. Now, if the ceasefire is going to be successful, that's another story. Now, I heard two things, though. The United States said Lebanon is not part of this deal. I was listening to a leader from Iran say they are part of the deal. So which is it? I don't think Lebanon was included in this conversation. I don't think so. I don't think so. I understand Dem's approving rating is currently at 18%. Let me tell you something, Lawrence. Now you're gonna listen to some some commentators like the one we had on the panel yesterday, whose name I'm not gonna mention. I'm not gonna mention it. Tell you that they're winning and all of these things. No, America is tired of the things that they're talking about, and that's why Donald Trump won in the first place. So Trump is at an all-time high. I talked about the statistic. He was at 80%. I'm sorry, Claude. I didn't even let you get a word in. Go ahead, Claude.
No, go ahead.
You know, it's so funny that you're wearing blue because I got a shirt just for this conversation. It's a nice red shirt because some of you are talking about canceling MU and all those things because of my political beliefs. I don't care. I don't care. I talk about things that are right. And America is tired of having to go along with things just because some people are afraid to speak out, not because they're afraid, but they get highly criticized and canceled if you have conservative beliefs and values. If you don't believe me, you can look at how people celebrated Charlie Kirk being unalived, and to this day, you still have people talking about him, talking about his wife Erica, for no other reason but besides their political beliefs. That's all I have to say about that. Lebanon is not included because Hezbollah resides there, and they don't answer to Iran. They are only funded by Iran. Yeah, damage. And I wanted to play that for you guys, but I didn't because I didn't play it because of the source. I couldn't verify the source. But I was listening to someone who was speaking about this deal, and they spoke about Lebanon, but I know Lebanon was not invited.
Lebanon has nothing to do with the deal at all. It was just between the United States and Iran.
Some people are trying to include Lebanon, but the United States said no. And contrary to what Sino said yesterday,
you weren't going to say his name, I thought.
Huh?
Thought you weren't going to say his name. Sorry, go ahead.
I said his name because he said it on the panel. Yeah, I want to make sure you guys can follow back what I'm saying. I don't put words in people. He said it on the panel, but that you guys heard him say it. The United States was Donald Trump agreed to all the terms of Iran, but that's not true. He said it was a start.
Remember, I fought back on that.
He said,
remember?
Okay, but my point is that he said it. Okay, so I don't want to be like I'm talking bad about him. That's what he said.
Yeah.
So
No, I said, okay, got you. That's all. I understand what you were saying.
Did he not say that?
No, I said I understand what you were saying.
Yeah, he did. But my point was, I just want to grab my point. Contrary to what was said the other day, the United States did not agree. They agreed to talk about things and to negotiate. I do not see the United States negotiating and agreeing to pay reparations to Iran. The Strait of Hormuz is not completely open. And we're just going to see what's happening. I'm not about to guess what's going to happen. I'm going to watch it, and I will talk about it as it's happening or after. Anyway, they can't cancel you. We will not have that, girl. Oh, I appreciate you, Damage. I appreciate you. Yeah, you guys, it's been rough. Casino is about rage baiting. Did you see, were you here in the chat with him on the panel the other day? I listened to his stream earlier. I might have to put my poodle up. And he was talking about the cost of gas and other things. The cost of gas right now is high. It's not the first time. Gas prices has also spiked in April 2025 last year. I live in California, and I know living in California, the cost of gas is going to be high. And we all know that things are happening right now. But I'm still for the United States. I am never going to put another country above the one that I live in. Now, Donald Trump did not. Donald Trump, this is my take on it. He was drastic in his demand with Iran because he's been trying to end what's going on over there and have, have the best resolution as possible. So when Donald Trump's saying, hey, I'm going to wipe out the whole civilization, have you guys never been upset where you just say something because you want the other person to come to terms with you? And with what's happening with Iran and not being able to reach a peaceful negotiation, you know what I'm trying to say. That's what he said. That's what he said. Iran doesn't need reparations because they are making billions brokering oil through the strait. They are making billions. But they're being very stubborn. I like that comment. You just put a big old smile on my face. I'd really laugh if Sino went on CNN panel. I would laugh too. I would laugh too. I think a lot of I don't know.
If you remember the last time he was here, I told him that number one, it was a starting point. No one agreed to anything. In fact, I think I've fought more vociferously than anybody else on the panel, to be quite honest. He was talking about how the 10 points were, oh, they agreed to all 10 points. I told him, that, listen, they didn't agree to anything yet. It was just a starting point. It was just the beginning of negotiations, that there were going to be more things added, and you see the result. The strait was open, which was really what the United States wanted in the very beginning. That was the main part. The main stickler was make sure that the strait was open. That was the very first and most important thing. Then everything else became a negotiating starter. And that was really it. And remember, the man also said that Iran was, the bigger problem was Iran, him trying to convince everybody that Iran was winning. If you're winning, you don't want to come to the negotiation table, okay? If you're winning, you want to keep putting on the pressure until you get a flat out surrender. If you're Iran.
Yeah, and you have to remember, Iran was talking about not negotiation, why can't I say that word tonight? Negotiating. They were talking about not negotiating. Donald Trump forced them into a negotiation. This is a start. It is fragile. I'm not going to mislead you guys. This is fragile, but any ceasefire is fragile. You got to see if both parties is going to agree, and will they keep it that way? It's in Iran's best interest to come to a peaceful negotiation. Their military cannot beat ours. I'm not going to underestimate them and say that they're weak. I'm not going to say that, because their loyalty and their dedication to their country is unmatched. I wish that the United States had a lot of that, where we support our leaders and we had that love for our country, but you have a lot of ungrateful people that take the United States for granted. They're complaining about a lot of things when really a lot of the problems are within themselves, because they don't want to do work. That's what a lot of it is, because we live in a country where we can succeed. And to want another country to win the war just so you can say, oh, wow, look at you guys voted for this, is insane. It's insane to put somebody else's interests in front of your own.
Well,
and you guys could disagree with me. You could disagree with me. Clark could disagree with me. But I live here. I do not live in Iran. I don't live in the Middle East. I live in the United States. And this country is a country that a lot of people are breaking the law to enter. So you're not going to tell me that this is a bad country where people are losing their lives and then crying and protesting when they're being sent back. Hey, Zero, I didn't see you come in. How you doing, Zero? They need to go live there, and then Zero cracks me up.
Now let's be fair.
Let's be fair.
Let's be fair. He crossed a lot of lines, even having the Iranian flag behind him.
Oh, I don't mind. I don't mind. Like, I wouldn't even talk
but listen, a lot of servicemen would. A lot of older servicemen would have really lost it on that. Really, a lot of them.
That he has a way of trolling.
I mean, he's antagonistic. We know that.
Yeah, that really didn't bother me. What bothers me more is, and this isn't about him, but my stance was for people that's wanting Iran to win the war, forgetting the history that we've had with Iran, forgetting about the 12, just forgetting about a lot of our history, and because all they can see is what Donald Trump does, they can't really see the bigger picture and what's happening.
No, the man does.
Ignorant. Zero. I didn't even. They can't watch the internet in Iran. Really, I was watching videos about China and was China? Yeah, China. And then I was watching videos about North Korea. And wow, the way I'm not saying we should be like North Korea. I'm not saying that, but I think that a lot of people take the United States for granted, especially when they're calling Donald Trump a king or a dictator. Were there no king's protests? Really talking about Donald Trump does not want to be king, and he is not a king because you cannot speak out against a king or a dictator.
He did go. I mean, he was out of line in a lot of things, but we're used to him being out of line in a lot of things. Him talking about blowing up the entire civilization. I mean, that's typical Trump rhetoric as far as I'm concerned. So, you know.
Well, Donald Trump wasn't getting the response that he needed to get, and sometimes you have to be that extreme, Claude. So, would you rather he say these things to get Iran to consider negotiations to open up the Strait of Hormuz so other countries can get what they need? The United States, we produce the most oil in the world.
I don't think it happened because of Trump's mouth. I think it happened because of our military. His mouth can say anything.
But
our military has to be the one who's back.
Trump said what he did. It's his social media to say what he wants to say. And who gave the order to the military? Donald Trump. So, Claude, I think that we're both saying that Donald Trump made a good call in this case.
He made a good call as far as the war is concerned. He went over the top in saying that, but that's what he does. That's just what he does. He's a petulant child.
Well, he's not a child because I don't know any child. No, he's not a child, Claude. And
he acts like a petulant child. You know he does. I know he does.
That's just my opinion. I disagree. I think a lot of people disagree with you, but you are entitled to your opinion. Lawrence, look, you got Lawrence. Lawrence agrees with you. Zero says women aren't allowed out unless a man from the family. Donald Trump is who he is, but he is doing what many before him didn't do.
That's fair.
Fair.
Doesn't change the fact that he sounds like a petulant child, but that's fair.
You know what? If I had people criticizing me, criticizing my kid every day and my wife, and saying some of the things that they say when you know,
they did that to Obama's wife and kids, and he never did that. Don't stop.
Bro, listen.
Don't.
When you have kids, when you have people, they weren't always trying to impeach Obama.
He didn't do anything impeachable.
Neither did President Trump.
Let's not go there again.
Kaiser was absolutely upset, saying that one person died on that day. We're not talking about tonight. It's not the subject.
That's why I'm leaving it alone. If anything is impeachable, that is. But let's go.
One person lost their life, and you guys
more than one person did.
Natural causes. That's true.
He never came back with the proof either, did he?
That's because I didn't go live. That's because I didn't do a live. I had to rest, and I was busy appealing things for my channel. I didn't get a chance to go live, but the only reason I'm not live as regular right now, you guys, is because I'm working out some things on the back end of YouTube and trying to figure some stuff out. But nevertheless, if I would have went live, trust me, Justin would have showed up and talked about January 6th and all lies and disputed the lies that's told about Donald Trump. He would have, and he would have done a great job.
I would have been here too to dispute it and come back with my facts. But let's go.
I would have been here too on Justin's side.
Well, 2 against 1. I love those odds. I'm fine with it.
Justin's correct. Justin's correct.
Why?
Let me get back on the ceasefire. I can always talk about January 6th. But right now we have a lot going on. I'm not gonna lie, I'm excited about what's happening over in Islamabad. I wish I could be there, but we flying. I'm excited, but Justin is good. He knows damage. I wish I could have had that live, but we're still. I mean, I could still do it. Justin is good. He does know his ish, and what's interesting, the point that I was making earlier is Justin is not even in the United States. People that are not in the United States see how good we have it over here. Justin, when Justin writes his book, I would be the first to buy it because Justin's trying to write a book right now. He is writing a book. That's how I found him.
Yeah, I wish him well with the book. Doesn't mean he's always
I would
right.
buy that book. I would buy that book. Justin supports me. I'll support him back. Claude.
Doesn't mean he's always right.
I didn't say that he was right, but he is right about January 6th.
No, not.
He's
We'll have to come back with the fact again. Jeez. Like, you know what? We'll save that for another time.
He did nothing to cause an insurrection. That was lies told about him. And if Donald Trump did something worth talking about and he broke the law, I would be the first to report on it. I would be the first to report on it. I would not mislead my audience. Did I say insurrection? I said
yes, you did.
Okay. Because when it was Easter time, I said resurrection. But Justin knows his stuff. I give Justin so much credit. Justin may be a little long-winded, as you say, but he knows his stuff. And I can listen to somebody long-winded all day as long as they're correct. Obama sent 1.6 billion. That's right, Lawrence. Yes, he did. And he supported their program. What that there was mostly feds. I'm not sure I understand your question. If you can rewrite it. Claude, are we still friends?
Of course. We can agree to disagree.
I could prove my facts. I could prove
I
everything.
I actually spoke on the facts last time, but he came with something else. He didn't even come with anything else. So wait. Okay.
He didn't come because I didn't go live. I didn't go live. So what Claude's talking about is January 6th. Claude does not like how Donald Trump conducted himself on January 6th.
He was a rabble route. But go ahead.
What do you think is going to happen with this ceasefire later today?
I think they'll find a way to hash it out. I think both sides don't want this to escalate any further, to be quite honest. I think that's the one thing that they both agree on. I don't think either. I just think I just think they want, as long as the strait is open and a couple of things get hashed out, I think this is pretty much over with. The only thing that I'm scared of is this. I think if not Netanyahu continues to bomb Lebanon, that could be an issue. Because we'll turn around and back Israel and then the whole thing falls apart. But I don't think Iran wants anything to do with it. I think they're pretty much over it.
No.
And I think the Iranian people are pretty much over it. I think as much as the government, we just saw what happened with the last government. I think this new regime will have to lean more towards the Iranian people.
I think, so you guys are, now Iran Supreme Leader vowed revenge. So that's why I said it's fragile. It's fragile because he is still asking for revenge. So I guess I'm worried, even if they come up with a deal, will they agree? Hang on, I can show you guys what I'm talking about. Oh wait, let me bring you guys in. Wait, where are you guys? Okay. Let me see if I can find it for you. Mm, I prefer to listen to Donald Trump all day, but I won't. Did y'all see the slummy niece is being deported?
Who?
Mello, I saw that. I shouldn't laugh.
He's not going anywhere.
She's gone. She's out. Probably get over it.
Institute General
Hey.
Hey.
here. So this statement from the leader in Iran
I want you guys to
says
see
that they are resolute.
Okay.
Sorry if I'm
in
out of breath. I
control
did my late
of
night
the Strait
cardio
of
burn
Hormuz.
or
This is
calorie burn.
obviously the strongest
I'm not
quiver
talking
in their pack at this
Oh,
point,
so
and
many.
they are determined to make the most of it. What do you say to that?
Mello, I saw that.
Yeah, thanks, Martha. Good to be with you. Look,
Yeah.
this guy doesn't know who he's dealing with. I mean, when you look at Khomeini, he's like he's still alive. And you look at Kaliba, who is his parliamentarian leader, or Rachi, who is his foreign minister. They don't get President Trump. He's within just
Pepper.
seconds of taking their economic lifeline, of seizing Karg Island or seizing those islands in the
Hey.
strait. You notice that
My favorite
play
judge.
you just had, rerouted the ships to go through the strait. They go by a place called Lanark Island. That's that little island that's just south of there. That's their command and control facility, not Geisham Island, the big one. We don't need to go to downtown Tehran. All we need to do is tell them when we go to negotiations, we're going to let you stay alive. That's the best you can hope for. But you talk about taking revenge. When the president says we're going to finish you as a civilization, he means it. We've got the
He didn't mean it
capability,
like that.
the capacity, under Dan Kane and the Secretary of War, with Hegseth, that we can do that. And we've proven it over the last 30 plus days that they have there's no way they can stop us. So when we go into these negotiations, this is not equals talking to equals at all. This is the United States of America going in and saying, this is the way it's going to be. History has proven that we are the dominant power. We can do that in the future. We're going to make sure you understand that. If you want to play games with us, in 2 weeks, you're going to be lucky to survive as a regime at all. And we can do that. We can follow with what we want to do. We can demand anything we want right now. This is something that, when I have to refer to history. When I go back to the Romans and the Carthaginians, when they fought 3 Punic Wars, the third time.
I can listen to that stuff all day, but yeah, they like I said, it's hey Doc, it's fragile. I told you dog, I know this ain't your thing. If I can't sleep, I always check over here. I thought about you when the ceasefire was announced. Thank you. I saw your live earlier. I caught the replay. Good stuff. Good stuff.
I need to get me a cell phone holder like Claude.
What?
So I need to get me a cell phone holder like Claude. Just have it perched up somewhere and just look right into the camera, like yeah.
Claude is stuck on January 6th, you guys. But did you see what I was showing you? That the leader is threatening revenge. What kind of revenge can he get? Thank you, Pepper. What kind of revenge is he trying to get?
He's peacocking right now to me. I don't really take it. I mean, there's something to be taken seriously, but as much as we depleted their military, it's like
right. They're not gonna. It's just all
bragging
talk.
that you got a loaded gun when you got 1 bullet left in the chamber. To me,
Yeah, and it's all talk. It's all talk. Like I think Lebanon Hezbollah is Iran's proxy. Exactly, Catwalk. But they like to say that Iran has not threatened anyone or threatened the United States when we know that that's not true. Because
they definitely like to do their little sneak attacks.
Yes, they do. Drink my water. Take a drink.
In water.
So what?
No, it's like collagen water, right?
Double
Oh, you
dose.
still okay?
Double dose.
Because sometimes you run out. That's why.
I think you're frozen.
Am I
Oh, there
frozen?
you go.
Yeah,
Not
he was
now.
for a second. Yeah, he was for a second.
Um, I
Can't-
had to take a
My
break.
camera can't handle me.
Yeah, you guys. So when I was listening, and right now, and again, this is not about who's on the right or who's on the left, right? This is about what's happening in our country to Republicans and Democrats alike. Not to mention everybody else. Iran put foreigners in his what? But I think for me, the next step, if we do not reach a peaceful agreement, would be the United States putting boots on the ground. That's the only thing I don't want to see. Now in the air, we're definitely superior and everything else, but you know they grew up fighting. But the United States has a powerful military. Donald Trump knows exactly what he's doing, and this is this was bound to happen. It was bound to happen because there's no way in hell the United States was going to agree to Iran having nuclear weapons over there, and that's what this is about. Now, people can argue and say this is Israel's war, but Israel is our ally, and they have attacked. Iran has attacked Israel, and here we are today.
Mhm.
Good morning, Kara. How are you? How are you?
And to me, that made no sense either because Iran can't handle Israel. But
I
that's
think if we would attack boots on the ground first, this would be a totally different looking war. So
What do you mean different looking how?
just, I mean, kind of like the way we went into Vietnam without thoroughly investigating what we're about to get ourselves into. I think that it would have had like a similar effect. So I think we took the appropriate way this time.
I agree. We don't know their terrain. We don't know it. So I
Yeah,
agree.
another territory.
hmm This is just how it had to happen, and you know,
But see now we just went in there and grabbed one of our guys and got the F out.
no problem, no
Like
problem. That was a proud moment for me. That was a proud moment because we didn't leave anybody behind. We got our own out of there, and
didn't face much opposition or anything. I would have thought the Iranians would have went. And they probably did go balls to the wall and try and find that guy to have a hostage situation. So they could have like a, for lack of a better term, trump card over us.
yeah,
you could make the case
So,
that was when you knew that this ceasefire was going to come.
mhm.
You can make a case for that.
Mhm.
And the United States, if you notice, ever since Vietnam, they've always done the air strikes first, and then, if necessary, they will do boots to the ground because they did learn their lesson in
Yeah, we've
Vietnam.
been airstrikes first ever since.
Unfortunately, in Afghanistan, it didn't work out that way, though. That's the thing that shocked me, that actually ended up being a longer war than Vietnam.
I think that was a longer war by design. I think I think we could have got out of there a lot quicker than we did, but there was more to it than meets the eye.
Yeah, but then why do that to the other servicemen? That was ridiculous. We did not need to be in there as long as
We
we
got to
were.
think about. I mean, I didn't really
Absolutely.
trust who was in power at the time either. I'm Republican. I didn't really trust Bush like that.
Oh, you're talking about Junior, right? W?
Yeah. Mm.
Well, I'm not a fan of his fathers either, but that's another story.
Oh, HW.
Yeah,
I barely remember him.
I agree with that.
I was a wee youngin at that time.
he's the reason I went there, but that's another story.
I agree with Damage. Damage says we need to avoid boots on the ground because that's what Iran wants and are in position. But that showed how ineffective they are with the pilot position. We need to avoid it. But you have these large podcasters, right? And I'm not talking about like YouTubers. I mean like Rowan Green and these other people they just love going on about Donald Trump. Very left. And they're just not telling you guys the truth. But because of their influence, they'll have you guys thinking that the United States is weak, we're losing, Donald Trump is so bad. Listen, they complain about anybody in office, number one. In Roland case, the only person I seen him praise was Obama because he's black. Donald Trump is doing a lot, and he's doing things that should have been done a long time ago.
True.
Afghanistan was lost because of our politicians. Desert Storm, not okay.
I was in Desert Storm. Careful.
You were in Desert Storm?
Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you for your service.
That's awesome, actually.
It was actually it was life changing. I'll just say that. It's definitely life changing. Makes you appreciate this country a lot more. And made a lot of lifelong brothers and sisters over there.
Yeah, I'm still friends with a lot of my military, my shipmates and stuff. We speak quite
I'm
often.
jealous of you two. I wanted to get in the military, but I couldn't.
You couldn't?
Yeah, they wouldn't take the rod to my spine. So
Oh, yeah. But at least your intention was there. And, you know, hey, you did a lot of other great stuff. So it's fine.
yeah, I tried.
Yeah. Dennis said the Bush family is not dead. They are going to try to push Ted Cruz for president in 28 as his backers. I'm interested. Bushes are big rhinos.
I took the ASVAB and everything, and then they went to my medical history and like, no, can't allow you. But I played high school football. They're like, nope.
Yeah, they're real strict with the. Oh, wait, was that all branches or
All of it.
no branch with a?
Not even Coast Guard.
Wow.
Mhm.
Because I knew some people that couldn't get in. I think the biggest things when I was joining was weight. I had no problems there. And if you got flat feet, they wouldn't take you in the Navy anyway.
I was about to say I have flat feet and the Marines still took me. So
I didn't want to know about your feet, but yeah, we
what does that mean?
oh nothing. Dem said not a fan of the Bush family and their warmongers first. I'm not a fan of Bush at all. For a lot of reasons. I could play videos about Bush all day. Kara. No, I'm just kidding. Quad, but I didn't know that they'll take some branches. But in Navy, you couldn't go in if you had flat feet.
Supposed to be the Marines either. They still.
I remember there being a jokester for a recruiter when I did the ASVAB too. He was like, I hope you pass because we're going to eat your ass alive. I'm like, okay, let's do it. I was like, he's like, that's the attitude I like to see. I'm like, all right.
First Sergeant Uncle Cora.
I strutted off too, like I was the shit too. And I remember just catching him out of the corner of my eye. He's just like chuckling to himself.
Hey, it is what it is. Yeah. Tomorrow's gonna be a big day. This whole weekend is gonna be big as far as the negotiations go. You guys do your taxes. I gotta do my taxes. So if I miss the 15th, it's because I got kind of caught up. Oh, no, I'll try to be here.
Make out a day for that. Don't mess up.
No, I have to. When you pay, you can't miss. I'm trying to get. Yeah. I don't get a refund. I gotta pay taxes, so I gotta make sure I go down there and do my thing. So you guys make sure that y'all go and pay your taxes and stuff like that. I'm gonna try to do uploads for you guys. So if I can't come live, just look for my uploads and I'll try to keep you guys updated. I don't know if it's gonna be a regular video or short, but I'll try to keep you guys updated as much as I can and break things down for you. I love panels and I love you guys coming on, sharing your points of views. But
It's like
sometimes
it's like you felt the butt coming, and it was just like she took her sweet ass time.
there's a butt coming. There is a butt coming. There is. But I think that you guys have to realize that just because I let people speak, everybody has a voice. It doesn't mean I agree with them. It doesn't. Because there's a lot of lies told about the Republican Party and about the political right. I'm so tired of the emails that I get every day, and I say this respectfully, but I do not send people emails about Donald Trump. So why Democrats feel the need to send me emails on people talking about Donald Trump, I don't know. But I'm too polite and too nice to just say, shut up. I want to hear it. But I think that it's a lot, you guys, and to have these conversations is important for both people to listen, right? Not just preach at me all day about why you don't like Donald Trump. Most of you can't even articulate why you don't like Donald Trump, like for real. All right. Because the things that you say that I've seen so far has been mixed with a lot of not truths.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to send me a cash app? Cash apps are always welcome. It is what it is. Thank you. All present and but I'll leave that alone because this is not a Republican against Democrat thing. It's not. But if I could show you guys my emails, you're just like, are people bored? I do not want to listen to what another content creator has to say about Donald Trump. If you guys want to send me something, I say it all the time. Send me the politician. That I will listen to. But I don't hear a person's opinion. And I'm being respectful as possible. I'm not about to listen to a bunch of left. No, I don't want to hear it. I listen to enough, and I'm listening to Rolling Green. And the only reason I listen to that is to know what the Democrats have to say.
If I say anything, it's more like a commentator / like reporter.
No, I don't mind you sending me stuff. We're on the same party.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's different. But I mean, when you because I think it's a lot. Number one, that I do take the time to listen to both. But there's only 24 hours in a day. You can send me stuff all day, but when people are sending me something to prove their point, and I'm listening to, like someone sent me a video of somebody crying because Donald Trump is in office, I'm not interested. That was a waste of that was a waste of 10 seconds of my life that I'll never get back. I was so irritated. So I would never watch a video from that person again. Claude sends me videos all the time. I watch them. You send videos or you drop a link on my community wall, I watch it. Don't send somebody crying. Don't do that. Because I'm going to be angry at you and I'll never watch another video.
Do you know anything about the Central Park 5?
Why are you asking me about the Central Park 5 right now?
I'm asking you a question. Do you know anything about it?
I don't need you to tell me about the Central Park 5 because that's past. That's not happening right now.
Okay, that's a question.
I know plenty about the question. I know about it. I spoke about it. I streamed about it, Claude.
When? I don't know that. I wasn't there for that. You're trying to bite my head off.
Look at Doc.
Ask the question, trying to bite my head off.
That was so random.
And the reason I even said that was that's what made me turn on Trump. That was my indoctrination of the man.
What does that have to do with anything? We're talking about something that happened years ago. Now, listen.
I'm right here.
I see you.
I just asked a question. You went to bite my head off.
I see you. I'm not biting your head off. That just didn't have anything to do with what we were talking about. Let me drink my water.
Yeah.
Oh God, you wouldn't be here if you just every now and then.
Let me tell you something, Quan. I feel like this. Every time somebody wants to talk about Donald Trump, they want to go to the Central Park 5. We were in different times then. Hey, Dragonfly. We're in different times. I'm not excusing anything because I don't like to see people wrongfully whatever, but that had nothing to do with what I was talking about tonight. I don't like everything that...
You have no idea how it felt being a young black man in New York. What I went through during that time. So, yes.
I'm going to let you have your moment.
It's not letting me have my moment. It's what happened. Wasn't even 20 years old then. Do you have any idea how that felt?
Claude, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Jeez.
And yeah, I don't know what you want me to say.
But that's one of the reasons I distrust the man. But even during that, hold on. Even during that, I've been more than fair with him. When he's been right, I've said that he's been right. And when he's been wrong, he's been dead wrong. I have been very fair and very down the middle when it's come to that man.
I don't think that's a reason to turn on Donald Trump. Donald Trump.
You don't think so? Okay, fine.
Donald Trump.
Yeah, you were never stopped by the cops and treated like a clown.
I didn't treat you like a clown.
I didn't say you did. I said you weren't stopped by the cops and treated like a clown. I never said you did.
I went through things too.
The man pulled out a cheese.
Okay.
It was terrorizing being in New York at that time.
You weren't the one convicted, Claude.
No, I wasn't, but never mind. You don't get it. You don't get it.
You asked me if I knew about the Central Park Five. Can we?
Yeah, and then you just went off. You didn't even let me get my point across.
Okay. I'll let you get your point
across. It
across.
doesn't even matter now. It's over. I don't even want to even bother anymore.
No, you can't wake something like that up and then say it's. Oh my God, Claude, you've been a lot.
I literally just said my indoctrination to Donald Trump was the Central Park Five. That's why I don't like him and I don't trust him. And he's been the same guy. Even if you ask him now, he still thinks they got away with it.
She said she's covered in a past stream, bro. Like, I don't know what else you want her to say.
Let me read
those
this.
Detectives.
Oh, go ahead.
Who urged that? Remember, damage. You have to. You do your research, please, ladies and gentlemen.
Can I comment so I can read it? Play. So we all know about the Central Park Five, but you're speaking of Donald Trump's statement after the fact. He was told by the chief of police that the boys admitted guilt, so you can't blame Trump. That's all I'm saying. We were given certain information. See, so you're saying that, but I am letting him vent. But the thing is, okay, I'm not taking away Claude's experience in New York. But do I blame Donald Trump for what happened? Donald Trump wasn't the judge, nor was he the jury. It wasn't.
But he had huge influence in New York. Giuliani was his right-hand man. He was the mayor. Well, it was Dinkins at that time, excuse me. It was Dinkins at that time. That was 89. I'll take that back.
Did you vote for, did you want Biden? Did you think higher of Biden?
No, I did not.
He was a racist.
You hear me say that you Kirby called him Jim Crow Joe. I have no respect for Biden.
Donald Trump has never, you're frozen. Donald Trump has never, hang on, Doc is frozen. Let me try to come out.
Yeah, he is frozen.
He's never came out and called himself a racist because he's not a racist. But we can't say the same for Joe Biden. For Joe Biden.
How many times have you heard me call him Jim Crow Joe? How many times?
Okay, no, I agree that you have. Okay, you have. But my point is, people that want to hold Donald Trump to this high, we were in different times, and Donald Trump was given certain information, and he saw what happened to that woman, and nobody likes violence against women. So I'm not making excuses for anyone, but people make mistakes. I'm sorry?
No, go ahead.
No, I heard you say something.
No, go ahead.
I'm not making excuses for anyone, but I find it interesting that people like to bring up Donald Trump, but nobody talks about how Biden said that he was cured of his racism.
He's Jim Crow Joe. I mean, you could make a case that I'll easily make the case that Biden is much more racist. It's not even close. Remember, his mentor was from the KKK, Donald Byrd.
Hang on, let me finish.
Richard Byrd, excuse me. And he was a KKK member.
I'm not saying that you didn't, but I'm saying that the people that want to call Donald Trump racist, I find it interesting that people like to call Donald Trump racist as they give passes for Biden. Because Biden said that he did not want his kids, that his kids should not be schooled with black kids. They shouldn't be on the same bus with black kids. And he said that when they called him out on the racism, he said, "Oh, I was cured," but he wasn't. Didn't he say that we should vote for Harris because we should vote for him?
Yeah, that was him who was talking about if you don't vote for Biden, you're not black. He insulted the black vote. He was a clown.
I wasn't laughing at Claude though. I was laughing because his anger caught me by surprise. But I wasn't laughing at Claude. I would never laugh at Claude. I disagree with him. Doc, is that you? I disagree with him. But I can't take away his experiences. I think that Claude has brought up Central Park a lot, and he says that's his reason for turning down Trump. That's his opinion. But you can't blame Donald Trump for what happened in that situation. Unless Donald Trump was on that jury, you can't blame him.
He had major influence in that city, still does. It's totally different now. But back in 88, 89, when you were a young black kid in New York City, you had to have your head on a swivel. Because
New York has had problems with race relations.
Yes, they have.
And they've had problems with race relations after Donald Trump. So you really can't say, "Oh, I was a young black man when Donald Trump was in office," because you would have to say that about everybody that was in office. Everybody.
He wasn't in office.
When
he was a private sector then.
But still,
and
you'd have to say that about
he pulled out the ad. He influenced the entire city.
A lot of politicians have. And you
he
guys,
was a politician at that time.
Race relations in New York has not gotten better or worse because of Donald Trump. I feel it's gotten better. It's gotten better. You want to go back to the Central Park Five, but you yourself said he wasn't even in office. He wasn't in office.
But he had influence still. He pulled out a freaking ad in 3 newspapers.
We know about the ad. But he went off of the he went off of the information that he was given.
Okay.
Why are you looking at me like that?
I wasn't even looking at you, but go ahead. Not a fan.
I don't mind.
Not a fan.
I can talk so much about the good that Donald Trump has done, and then you take it all back to a poster, to an ad. I think it's sad.
I think it's sad that I had to go through that at 19.
Okay,
I think
but you weren't the one on trial call. You're making it personal.
Again, you didn't go through that. If you went through it, maybe you'd feel a little bit different. You didn't go through that.
I'll give you that. I did.
And you're just dismissing it. Oh, Trump had nothing to do with it.
Wait a minute. I didn't just.
You pretty much did.
I said I'll give you that. I didn't go through it, but I was still around. I was still alive. I remember when it happened. Look at Daisha. What's good? Donald Trump is crazy. Listen, you guys can agree to disagree, but we don't have to fight. Yeah. My point.
We're not fighting. I'm just stating my facts.
Claude is passionate. That's it.
I am very passionate.
I disagree with Claude on this. You was getting this close to getting MU to break Claude. I don't think I can break Claude on this one, but
absolutely.
I'm gonna say this. You guys can disagree with me in the chat. I love MU. I love you back, Daisha. I do. And I know you guys are gonna be mad at me for this one. So I probably shouldn't even say it, so y'all don't flag my video. I don't blame you. The only people that you can blame for the Central Park Five are people that's on it, the jurors and the prosecutor. They sat there I can't even blame the jury, really, because they're using information. Well, I can. They're using information that they were given. I'm sorry that they went through what they went through. There's no amount of compensation that can make it right. A lot of people have been wrongfully convicted, white and black, in the United States. I'm not downplaying what's happened, but the criminal justice system is flawed. We know that it's flawed. And anytime somebody is locked up for the wrong reasons is a tragedy. But you gotta blame the people that locked them up. And you just in Claude, I hear what you're saying. You're a young black guy at that time. I can't take that away. I don't know what it's like to be a young black guy, but I do know what it's like to be a young black woman. And you know what?
The only thing I'm gonna be honest. There was one time I was just going to the train station, got slammed by one of these fake cops. The only thing that saved me was once he saw my military ID. I was in active duty at the time.
I'm sorry that happened, but what does that have to do with
That
Donald
was
Trump?
insane.
But it wasn't Donald Trump's fault, Claude. You're gonna have to be upset at the cops, and you're gonna have to be upset at the police force.
Jeez.
I'm sorry that you were slammed. If I could do anything to make it better, I would. If I can give you soft commentary to make you feel better, I would. I'll fluff it up all day. But there's nothing I could say to make those things better because those things happen in the United States. I had my own experiences as well, where I'm pulled over for things that I'm like, I'm just driving a nice vehicle. I know that these things happen. I do. I'm not dismissing that. But can I blame that on a single president? I can't. I can't.
We have absolutely no idea the influence that this man had.
I'm not saying that he's not
at
influenced.
that time. And I'm not saying that he was directly. Hold on, can I finish, please?
But
I'm not saying that he is directly responsible, but his influence had a lot to do with this.
I think the media kind of influenced him to take a position, and then he fueled the fire, and he got it wrong.
okay.
Which is okay. He's like he'll get things wrong from time to time. He's not gonna hit 1,000.
He still holds on to it too. He still thinks that these young men got away with it.
Well, how do you know what he still feels? Have you asked him?
Because he was asked that recently. They saw the interview where they interviewed the man. It's not me just making this up. It's not. It's not like I have a vendetta against Trump. I mean, geez, it's not.
I find that hard to believe.
Okay, then you look it up for yourself.
I don't need to.
Please look it up. The man clearly said that he thinks these young men got away with it.
I've spoken about it. They just said that's true, and he never apologized. I didn't do a whole stream about it. I'm not going to tell you that. But because at that time I wasn't doing politics. But I did speak about it. I did. Baby girl, you need to realize Donald Trump is not a good man. What politician, though, is all good or all bad? I'm not here defending Donald Trump. I'm not a Trumper. I'm not doing that. But I am saying that Donald Trump, these are different times. I hear what you're saying. Claude, I hear what you're saying. These are different times. And that never should have happened. If I can't stress that out enough. Yes, I did hear the interviews. I do feel that Donald Trump didn't apologize that I've seen publicly to save face, because that was a bad part in our history. What would an apology do? It wouldn't do anything. It wouldn't make it better. It wouldn't do anything. If you're talking, I can't hear you.
I didn't say anything. I have an absolute vendetta.
He didn't apologize. I've listened to your speeches. I haven't heard an apology. But what I can tell you guys, that people change. You guys accepted Biden when Biden said that
Who
he
accepted
was
it? Yeah.
changing, that he changed, that he was cured of his racism. And I would have to look back at
I don't
my
trust Clinton either, for that matter.
what?
I don't trust the Clintons either. They're just as bad with the 3 strikes and everything. Please don't. I trust none.
From Hillary. She
And
raised
yeah,
over-
super
It
credit.
says that
I
Trump
trust
was
every one of them.
Trump's mind was shaped by the media environment in 1989, which like shaped the public mood toward the Central Park Five.
So I don't understand how you could blame Trump
But
over
no
the media.
politician.
I would blame the media.
Zero.
They're the ones that painted the picture of those guys being guilty. And that's why it's important to be careful what you listen to.
what you consume.
Yeah, exactly. Did the mayor or police chief offer an apology is what Catwalk is asking.
Yeah, right. Of course not.
So you guys are going to turn on Donald Trump because of something that happened these years ago.
Now hold on one moment. If that were the case, I would be unbiased at all. I would say he did everything wrong, this, that, and the third. I have not done that. So Catwalk, for you to say that I have a vendetta against Trump, you couldn't be any further from the truth, or else I would give him zero credit. So be careful. Be very careful.
Let me look something up with the Central Park Five because I think Claude is getting it wrong, but you know.
Trust me on that.
Claude, you have all this energy about it all these years later. And
Yeah.
I feel
Because sometimes I still see it in my dreams all these years later. Those things don't leave you, MU. Trust me, they don't. Certain things don't leave you.
well, now I feel sad.
Yeah.
There are certain things that don't leave you. That's just the way it is. You deal with it, but they don't leave you.
And there's certain power tripping cops out get on that BS.
And it's sad because there are a lot of good cops. You don't hear me saying I hate all the police.
No.
So they did catch this
Let's
up.
be smart.
The guy
In fact,
who
the
did
man
it
confessed.
was caught.
I'm sorry. I'm just
I didn't mean to talk about you.
passionate. Let me mute.
No, he hasn't changed, Damage. I said that. He hasn't changed. I've seen the interviews. He hasn't apologized. Oh, you mean he hasn't changed his stance on as far as they're being guilty?
No.
That I
Right.
did. Huh?
Wait, so I was making that up?
Yeah,
I
he
think-
stuck to it. He stuck to it. Like I said,
I wouldn't make that up for
the
what?
man we voted in isn't going to bat 1,000. He's gonna have his gaffes.
Wow. Yeah, that's a dark time in history. Yeah, I see.
Like he'll have his gaffes like the Central Park Five or Rob Reiner's death or like a couple other things like are slipping my mind, but he's not gonna bat 1,000. He's not gonna nail everything.
Cole, why did you?
We're just asking for him to be competent enough to get the job done.
You just gotta remember there was no primary. There were no primaries. We had 2 people to vote for. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So while Donald Trump did not have direct legal role in the jury's decision-making process during the 1990 trials of Central Park 5, his intense public campaign in 1989 is widely recognized as having contributed to a rush to judgment and a poisoned public atmosphere. Okay.
But that's a vendetta, according to Catwalk.
I will always fact check something if I'm not sure.
And believe me, if I had a vendetta, I would not be down the middle with him as far as his presidency. He still has done a much better job than Joe Biden has. I didn't say all the hate. I never said I hated all cops either, David. I clearly said that there are a lot of good cops. I clearly said that. I can't hate all cops. There are a lot of cops who are very good
Can I
cops.
tell you that, and I'm not excusing Donald Trump during that time, but he used the information that he was given by the media, and he also was a part of a tabloid, and he used this stuff. So was he wrong in his his stance? Yes, but no buts. He was wrong, and were a lot of other people, the media, etc. So they rushed these things to judgment, and
They did.
that was a high profile case, and we were in different times. There's a lot of racism and stuff like that back then, but why aren't people prosecuting the media that convicted them publicly?
What do I call the media again?
I don't know the hell what you call them right now, Claude.
The media, I said that they're an acronym for the most evil devil in America.
I'm sorry, what do you call them?
The most, I use it as an acronym for the most evil devil in America.
I think that you were purposely trying to piss me off tonight, Claude. I think that.
I'm trying to purposely piss you off tonight. Wow.
As we're in the middle of talking about the ceasefire, whether it's going to be successful or not, you bring up the Central Park Five.
No, I had brought it up. I was explaining why I don't like him. That's all I was saying. I was going to leave it at that, but then you started biting my head off. That was it.
I think you bit my head off, as I was just trying to say, oh, but Claude, can you please just, let's just talk about this. That's what I was trying to say, but you took it a different way. I don't know.
I was actually explaining why I'm not a fan of Trump's. That was my reasoning. One of my reasons.
I think that was a dark time. It will continue to be a dark time in our history. What happened when they sued Donald Trump? Do you guys know? For defamation.
I didn't know.
Let me revisit this because it's been a while, and I don't want to sound insensitive with my commentary at all, because I don't mean to be. I just prefer to stay in the present. I prefer to stay in the present. I know that they sued, but I don't know what happened as far as the lawsuit goes because I didn't hear anything else about it.
I would actually argue that former New York City mayor had a bigger influence than Trump. Ed Koch did.
He wasn't the mayor then. That was DK.
Yeah. He was the mayor before that went down, but his words carried a lot of weight politically. So
I can't put all the responsibility on Donald Trump. If we hear stuff,
all of the responsibility was his. It wasn't.
Well, Claude,
He
I'm
did hold
sorry
a lot of
for
control.
the experiences that you've had in New York as a young boy. Nobody should experience things like that.
I mean, you had the NYPD describing them as a violent group pretty much every chance that they got.
That's also where the term wilding came from.
Yeah.
That's where it came.
Where the term like wilding out.
Yeah. That's where the term came from.
Came from the Central Park Five.
What was it that came from the Central Park Five?
Wilding.
Term wilding. There used to be a term
like wilding out, like going crazy.
I'll revisit the case, but I'll revisit.
Mm-hmm.
I'll revisit the case, Claude. Like, you probably think that I'm insensitive about the Central Park Five.
I wouldn't say that.
I don't think that.
I wouldn't say that.
I am. I don't like anyone being mistreated in the United States. I have told you guys, our United States, I say our, is not perfect. But it's ours. The good part of history and the bad. There's a lot of dark moments in history, and we share it together as Americans.
True.
Why on my internet, on my phone, did Donald Trump's speech with the Central Park Five just show up? That's scary. Let me listen to this. I'm gonna go mute.
They're listening.
I kid you guys not. It just showed up on my phone. Like what? Mm.
Oh no, I think Claude scared the phone into submission.
Look at Claude. Like I don't know what happened to Claude tonight. Like Claude, I don't know what the hell happened to Claude tonight, but we know how Claude feels. Claude says,
Yeah.
you know, this is when he turned on Donald Trump. I can't argue with that. I mean, but it's not too late to turn back.
Yeah, good luck with that.
MAGA hats in the mail, sir.
I need toilet paper.
You need toilet. Good, come back.
Okay, just listening to a part of it, I'm going to say the same thing I said. The media had a lot to do with it. A lot of and this is what a lot of people do, even with social media, is they hear somebody say something and then they run with it, including Trump at that time. This clip, and I would play it for you guys, but it has music in the background, so I won't.
Copyright.
Has like because of the music copyright. Has like the articles, the tabloids, and all of the things about Central Park 5, and Donald Trump starts to respond and then starts to put out, the ad that we all know about that Claude's talking about that did happen. But that's why I'm careful. And when you guys are sending me stuff, I'm careful with what I listen to. I don't listen to nonsense because I don't want my brain influenced. I'm very careful with what I listen to online, and you have to be, because just because people put things in writing and put it out there does not make it true. And hey, damage, those times, that's what happened. Am I giving Donald Trump an excuse? No. People that have a lot of influence do have, with that influence, a lot of responsibility. But I would have to look at the media and look at the prosecutor that was going after those boys so hard and all that stuff. Hey, Savage, I see you, friend.
Hey, outspoken.
I've got to be fair about it. Does that make me not want to be Republican or conservative? I don't have another way to be. Because I stand by my values, and my beliefs are American values, and it's not going to change, you guys. It's not going to change no matter how many articles y'all send me. And it's Donald Trump is not. I was a Republican before Donald Trump. So am I supposed to change because people don't like Donald Trump? It's not going to happen. You would have to show me that the Democratic Party is better, and not one of you can get on my platform and challenge that. Not at all.
By the way, back then he was a so-called independent. He wasn't even a Republican.
They said that the police were. They said the police were questioning the boys for 14 hours, or 14 hours at a time, late at night on sleep deprivation.
And that was wrong. Those things were wrong. The thing to question, and this is why I mean the way that they used to question people to get them to confess, and they were promised of things that you can go home and they wouldn't feed them. I mean, those things are wrong. Hopefully you can't do that still.
Kept them away from their parents and everything. So
the reason I brought it up was I was trying to explain why I am not a fan of Donald Trump. That's why I brought it up. That was the only reason.
Yeah, you have personal experience. I can understand why you wouldn't. You feel the way you feel.
That's all. That's the only reason I brought it up, was to explain why I'm not a fan.
We spoke about staying on subject before that even came up. You agreed, and now here we are talking about Central Park 5. And yeah. The topic is crazy because now that he's president, what he did in his past had more prevalence, but the fact is he was a nobody other than a real estate mogul. Absolutely. Good morning.
Hey. Have you ever seen the Netflix documentary on the Central Park 5? I mean, the movie, whatever you want to call it.
I'm not sure. If I have, I don't remember.
When y'all tell you that I couldn't even watch it the whole time, it was parts of it that I couldn't even stomach and tolerate. I had to actually leave the room and come back to it.
Well,
It is one of the. It is one of the most gripping things to actually see. That I can only imagine being part of it. That's why I was kind of just halfway joking but serious when I said, well, let him vent, because if you've seen that movie and the impact, even if you don't even remember the case from back then and all that stuff, because when we were young and all of that, you do remember that movie makes you feel like you were there. And when I say it was so grotesque and so sickening, and the stuff that happened to them while they was in prison is crazy. Like one of them was basically, they
Yeah.
treated him like a rapist. You know what that means?
Great business.
Yeah, there's definitely, if I'm not mistaken, was that Corey Wise?
Yes, that's the
Yeah.
one.
Yeah,
And he was
I
basically
remember
turned
her.
out. And you can tell he's so confused now, and the trauma that's on them boys. When I would watch the interviews, it's like they not functioning humans. Like they literally are in PTSD mode, trauma mode from all of that. And it's like it's still people who feel like they're guilty.
There's one of them who's now part of the New York State legislature. He won a seat.
Wow.
I can't think of. I wish I could think of the name of him right now.
No, you've done enough. But go ahead.
MU. He just venting about it. If you put your, like, I'm telling you, you need to watch that, because you wouldn't even like have a problem with him venting if you actually saw that. I get it. You're not blaming Trump. You saying Trump is not responsible. It has nothing to do with the ceasefire, which I get. But I mean, we just kind of got off a little bit. But I think that was human of us to get off a little bit and let that rock for a little
I
bit.
feel that there's a time and place for everything, and we just got through speaking about being on subject with Quan, and I know that that was a dark time in history. I'm still going to blame the media. I'm still going to blame the information that was put out there and the prosecutors and all
And the New York police at the time and the
Yes, I'm
media.
still gonna blame
Yeah.
all of them. And a lot of people, Donald Trump happened to be the one with the money to be able to put out ads, but a lot of people ran with it. A lot of people believe the media, because to this day you see people just believe in the media, and it's easy to convict somebody online. Not they didn't have online back then like that, but
Yeah.
through the media. So
Right.
a lot of things that took place there. There's a lot of things that took place, and I think that to compare that where Donald Trump had no place even in office to the Donald Trump now who has more responsibility as president,
Yep.
I just don't find that a fair comparison.
You got a point there.
And that Claude is shaking his head. Claude, what is wrong with you? How is that a fair comparison when he was not in any office? A lot of people did things for back at that time. It was not the era of information like we are today.
You don't need to tell me, I was there.
By what we were told. And because this has sparked such an outrage, then you had a lot of people, yes, a lot of whites, as well, that were angry and they wanted to see justice. But when you are dealing with a lot of crime and you're dealing with things, and that was a really brutal assault, then they jumped to justice. Not justice, but they jumped to a conclusion quickly, and they shouldn't have. All the people that reported on it should have been fired. Like, there's a lot of things that should have taken place. I can't solely blame it on one person.
I didn't blame it on one person. I said he had a huge influence. I clearly said that.
Even what we were talking about, it wasn't even what we were talking about. It had nothing to do with the conversation.
I was just explaining how I became not a fan of Donald Trump.
Well, why did we need
Because
to?
remember, you were saying a lot of people were saying were coming up with reasons that they were not fans of Trump for having no reason whatsoever. That's why. Where I actually do have it. And there is something in the background that's driving me crazy. You don't hear it?
Oh, maybe.
Okay, when I'm speaking, there was something in the background. I hear it. It's got to be on my end. This is crazy.
No, I'm paying attention to the screen. It's Misso.
What is in the background? Like, I'm
I have
barely
no idea,
reading.
but I heard.
It's like some sort of reverb.
Yeah, I hear
it. Let me. Can you edit my mic?
Okay.
Let me see if that's it.
Okay, let me try.
Because my
Hello? Yeah, I believe it was your mic, Dina.
Oh, it's not letting me edit your mic settings.
Because I was on mute. You have to edit it while they off mute.
Oh. Oh. Okay. Let's see if that helps.
Okay, do you still hear the reverb?
Y'all still hear it?
I heard a split second of it.
Yeah, I hear it a little bit.
Let
It's
me
not as
come back and
bad.
come in.
No, it's not as bad now. It's very light
Yeah, it's
now.
not as bad. Just
It's
mute it
very-
while you're not talking, and then when you want to talk, you can unmute it. It's not bad.
All right.
That really gave me a headache, Claude. I really don't understand what that had to do with what we were talking about. Because I think all of us could think of a time where we didn't like something, but I just felt like it took away from what I was talking about.
I didn't mean to do that, but they're also, I was just explaining why why I'm not a fan of his. I'll just say that. But I still remain fair and I still remain honest about him.
I don't think your stance with
when the man is right, I'm with him. And I've given him credit when he's right.
I think to blame one person for that time
You didn't
is
blame one person.
and at the end, he wasn't in office. He wasn't in any office. You know.
And he just had a strong voice, and he parodied what was out there in the media already.
He had a huge influence.
He
I
was
didn't
not
say
a
he was
nobody,
directly
really faithful.
responsible. I said he had a huge influence on this. I clearly said that. I guess no one's hearing.
Which part damage isn't based on truth? Which part are you talking about? And I'm not upset at Claude preventing. I just feel that I'm gonna keep my opinion to myself on this one.
No, go ahead. People aren't listening anyway, so it doesn't matter.
What is that supposed to mean?
Look at the chat. I mean, what you mean?
Thank you, Demas. So thank you. The people in the chat, they hear what they want to hear. It doesn't matter.
I was just gonna tell MU to drink her some collagen water so she can relax. And I said she just chugged her water. See, look how in tune I am.
Any more? I was intense. I think
I thought about you when the ceasefire happened, but I also thought about you when I was rising for Easter Sunday service and finishing my daughter's basket, and my president came on and just wished me a happy Easter.
Oh,
that was not that message. I mean, that was literally one of the first things I saw when I got my phone on. I'm like, and I said, "Well, happy Easter to you too, Don." Like
Easter message. Didn't I play it? I thought I played it, but maybe I didn't because I mean, I don't want you guys to think that I'm blind to the things that happens and the injustices in the world, the country. I see it, but my only point was that going into, thank you, Joy, going into today now. Does anybody know in this conversation with Donald Trump and actually Donald Trump's not going, that I know. JD Vance and Iran is supposed to happen. I'm gonna be at work listening to this. That's
I think I can find out for you real quick.
I have to be there, but and I hear you guys. I'm not dismissing anybody's feelings. I'm not dismissing Carl. I'm not dismissing anyone's feelings, and I'm not pushing Donald Trump on anyone. But I am telling you guys that this is our country and this is our history together, the good and the bad. And you can't live in the past. All you can do is make it better for our kids, my kids, your kids. I want a better future for all of us. But I can't do anything to change the past. Nothing. So I try not to stay there. And that's not dismissing anybody's feelings. I heard Claude loud and clear. But we have things that's going on today. And I do pray for healing for those boys. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. For whether or not boys now they're men, I pray for healing on them.
There is no scheduled time that is supposed to take place Saturday.
Saturday?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not happening today?
Well, actually, it might be. Actually, it might be today. But I got to think about the time zone difference in Islamabad.
Oh, okay. I can't believe this is happening in Islamabad, but that is a great place for this conversation to happen. Pakistan is a great place. So that's the capital of Pakistan, right? Islamabad.
Yeah.
This is, I was just saying it for someone, especially me on Instagram. The piano in the back, we have to make sure that it's the future we play in later streams. Can't forget that. For my piano. All deals are off the table. They didn't say that. They said all deals are off the table. Man, I was in a pretty good mood until that Central Park Farm conversation.
You can always recover.
So why are you laughing? You didn't have to go on mute. Why are you laughing? I was like, man, I was all hyped up for this conversation to happen. Then sidetracked. I just think that Donald Trump already gets a lot of bad press. And he's the president that we have to deal with now. If Donald Trump was president when that happened with Central Park 5, then hey, we would have a completely different conversation.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't. It wasn't.
They'd probably bring up part or impeachment.
No, that would have. We haven't had a sitting president impeached and removed from office. That probably would have done it. There would have been such an outcry from the communities. Hip hop found time to forgive him for his comments about the Central 5 throughout the 90s. Who was in plenty of songs and music video. Damage makes a good point, Claude.
Oh, I love the Prentice Trump. Oh, I love that version of Trump. But then
a lot of people like Donald Trump from The Apprentice.
I mean, and follow him and other stuff and some of his relationships. That's why I was kind of surprised with the Make America Great Again campaign and all the other stuff, because I really didn't see him, in the way of some of his followers, which I can say that the followers to me kind of frustrate me more than Trump. And when I say, and these are not people who supporters, I mean followers. That's, to me, that's a little different thing. But no, I used to love me some Princess era Trump, like literally glued to anything he was speaking about business or whatever. And he did seem like he got a lot of acknowledgement from the African American community, like the rappers and things like that. Like they would, I mean, you see all types of pictures. I'm hanging deep with him. Was it Senior? It was Senior, not W Junior. That was W. It was Senior, not Junior. That was president, right? Doing the Central Park.
Yeah, it was Senior.
Yeah, yeah.
They're trying to get him impeached. Well, we heard Marjorie Taylor crocodile tears talking about, but nobody's listening to her. She has no influence. Daddy showed her colors. She's a joke at this point, not relevant. Nobody's listening. Of course, CNN had her on. They had nothing better to talk about. But
her camp is going hard too, baby. They going hard.
I can't tell when they're going to be.
He's on fire. I used to live for those words.
I never really did. I don't really watch reality TV or shows like that, but I definitely know about it. But I was never one that watched. I'm someone that watches the news all day.
I never watched The Apprentice.
But he did a fabulous job. It was one of the top. He did a fabulous job. And he's in a lot of.
His advice was just very good too. His business advice. I know he got some, it's issues where people got comments about some of his business acumen and some of the things, but he used to give great advice on there and people would go and respected his advice. Everybody that even came on there was super respectful. Like he had the way that him and African American people were with each other is nothing like now. So I'm just wondering like the gap, because I always thought Trump was a Democrat back then.
He
Donald Trump.
was for a small time. He was an independent first.
Whew. I mean, I'm feeling a little better about the damage. Oh, I see damage. I'm feeling a little better. I mean, Claude has a right to vent about stuff. It'd be better if he vents on topic, but that's okay. I'm not gonna hold that against him. I think that we've all been through things, and it kind of makes you think about stuff. Now, my thing is though, with as popular as Central Park 5 is, Claude, that's my only thing. He's in a lot of videos. He's friends with a lot of Black people. He has hired Black people, and he did have that show. And if people really were against him for what happened with Central Park 5, I don't think a lot of people blame him.
Trump and Eminem used to be cool at one point.
Yeah.
I mean, Eminem had Donald Trump introduce Eminem as the next president.
And don't forget Kanye, who supports.
Uh-huh.
Well, maybe that wasn't a good example. Right
Please
now.
don't use that as an example, child. Like,
Nelly
no.
go. Nelly go. Bill Gates, Donald Trump, let me in now. Like,
to Claude, there's
Trump
people
was
who are forgiving, and Donald Trump
was in that culture.
He was. I think that even if the media would have pushed a white person, he would have went just as hard for them to be prosecuted.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think.
But I don't think the media was going to ever get to that point. They want to create racial divide.
They want to create racial divide.
Yeah, the media does.
What color was that person that did the crime anyway?
Actually, he was Hispanic.
He was Hispanic, right?
He was Hispanic.
I blame
And a
the media.
floppy fat guy at that. Looked like a freaking marshmallow.
It was a disgusting
Well, I
thing.
look like a marshmallow. But all right.
Marshmallow. Nice try.
I'm looking kind of fluffy myself. Well, you didn't say you look fluffy, but we're talking about marshmallows. I feel a little fluffy. Marshmallow-y shape too, but
You said a Hispanic marshmallow. I kind of took that personally, man. I'm a Spaniard, bro, and I'm white like a marshmallow.
Mello says they want us all divided. They do want us divided.
That's why I call them the most evil devil in America. That's why I call them that.
I can never go for that. And they try to use Donald Trump to say that Donald Trump made race relations worse in the United States. Donald Trump has not made race relations worse. He's, in my opinion, made it better by getting rid of DEI, by getting rid of programs that divides the country. And Donald Trump has great relationships with Black Americans, with Hispanics, with whites, with all people. Okay? He does. I think what caused a great divide is by having these programs and putting Black faces on these programs, and everything becomes about color. And a lot of Black people aren't even asking for these programs. They're not asking to be representatives of this and that. So Trump is making the race relations better in the United States.
I think prior to 2016, like the whole idea of Donald Trump being a racist was virtually almost non-existent, even with the Central Park 5 thing. Once they got word that Trump was running as a Republican, they were going hard in the paint on the racist stuff because they knew what kind of momentum he had behind him.
Donald Trump did not get that same. No one said that when he was Democrat. Nobody said that when he was independent. And now all of a sudden Donald Trump's racist and everything is racist. And you have racist people talking about the things that Donald Trump says when they know good and darn well they'll twist his words. They'll play a clip of it. Donald Trump has not come out and said anything racist about a group. Now, Donald Trump does say a lot of things sometimes for shock value, but that doesn't make you a racist.
Yep, and they'll take a little clip and they'll chop it up and try to they'll take a little crumb and try to make a whole loaf of bread out of it.
That's true. But I think that Donald Trump. Are you okay, Claude?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Do you feel like you were able to get it all out?
I think he's gonna sleep just fine after this.
I was looking for the 5-year-old, but okay.
Okay, that was a shot fired towards Trump, but I'll give you that, Claude, because you are entitled to your own opinions.
Mm-hmm.
I hear you. I have no problem with what you say.
She's looking away. I have no problem with what you say. There's not a spider on the ceiling over there.
Yeah, I have no problem.
A lot of the race relation stuff is permeated by his support, not supporters, but followers. The whole Trumpers, the Make America Great Again campaign, like those people are putting a lot of the racist stuff in there. I think that's who I'm hearing more of it from than him himself.
Fair, but a lot of those people that you see are either paid agitators or they're rhinos, people who are Republican by name only, or you got people that pretend to be Republican making a lot of comments because they know that Donald Trump and the Republican Party is going to be blamed for it.
Yeah, a good portion of those people are paid agitators.
Mm-hmm.
There is some of that.
Yeah.
I think more the Proud Boys are the bigger problem, but that's another story.
I haven't heard that name in forever.
Forever. I haven't heard that.
Damn.
And race relations.
Didn't the leader get arrested? Wasn't the leader of the Proud Boys arrested or something like that?
No more cooking.
Was he arrested?
Yeah, I think he was arrested.
Who?
The leader of the Proud Boys.
He was. He's isn't he doing like 15 to 20?
Oh, you're right, Quan. Sentenced 22 years in prison for what? For shoot, the Central Park 5 came back up. Oh, let me put my phone down.
Imagine that.
Why does it keep coming up?
Well,
Claude, what did you do?
If Clyde has a way that's going to haunt you throughout the whole weekend and be all over your phone.
Now I'm gonna have to watch. I'm not
Every
gonna
time you look at your phone, Central Park 5, or you see something with 5 in it, or Park, or Central.
I mean, we gotta admit. I mean, our history has been pretty painful, but I think a lot of people don't like to revisit it because there's a lot going on today and we can't change it. I just say we all share it. Not like Claude. I'm not saying that because I'm not a black man, but we all share it. Uncle Claude, shake it off, big homie.
Shake it off.
We understand your position and you have been fair. We got you. Shake it off. He's encouraging you. Encouraging you. I think our race relations have gotten better. Unfortunately, our country is so divided by race, but I hear what Demon Soul was saying. I agree. I agree with her as far as the supporters, but they're not actual supporters of Donald Trump. They're people, that will tell you that they support Donald Trump, but really they do things against what the Republican Party believes. So the Republican Party is blamed for these things.
That
like
goes
January
way deeper than
Like what? Oh Lord, Demon Soul, that is so off topic.
I'm making a comparison. You said it's people who do things that they know the Republican Party would be blamed for and don't really think about the party, and I feel like that's an example.
Okay, so if you guys didn't hear, she's talking about January 6th. Actually, Demon Soul, I agree with look at Claude.
I just went like this. That's all I did.
There were a lot of people, and they got caught. They were pretending to be Republican, and they were not. And they stormed the Capitol Hill to make it seem like the Republican Party was committing crimes, and they were pretending to be Republicans, and that was false. We don't support damaging Capitol Hill or anything else like that. But people that were pretending to be supporters over Donald Trump, knowing that the backlash that he would get, and people would say that it was what is the word I'm looking for? Where is that word I'm looking for? An insurrection. And Donald Trump No, he's not responsible for January 6th.
People got
Not directly responsible,
at
but
the end.
he fanned the flame. Rabble rousing.
You can't say that he fanned the flame.
He rabble roused.
You can't say
I'm gonna
that.
leave it alone.
You can't blame Donald Trump for that. There's a lot of people that have been caught pretending to be supporters of Donald Trump, and then come to find out, like when they looked at their voting record, they were Democrat. They were not Republican. So I do agree with you, David Soul, about January 6th. And again, I don't mean to sound insensitive. I see that look on Claude's face. I know what that look is about because he disagrees with me. But Claude has his own opinion, and MU has her right opinion.
Oh no.
Almost felt like Carcino.
Some of them will actually work. I'm telling you, I could just see the Confederate flag in some of these people's yards. Like, some of these people, I don't know if everybody was no Democrat because you know what? Let me not go there.
I'm not going to say that they were all Democrat because I give fair commentary. What I am saying is that a lot of them, I'm not going to say there were no Republicans there. I'm not going to say that because that's not true. There were Republicans and Democrats there, but there were also people pretending to be Democrats. And there were a lot, and they were saying things that was, I'm sorry. There's people pretending to be Republicans, and they were not Republican. And they do and say things that's against the Republican Party, so the Republican Party can be blamed for it. Donald Trump didn't go out there storming Capitol Hill. You have to blame the people that did it. He wanted a peaceful protest. Exactly. Twitter deleted his message to be peaceful at all times. That was criminal. And I do remember when those messages came out. Donald Trump said to be peaceful. Yes, there was a protest, but it was supposed to be a peaceful protest. Nobody said to go storming Capitol Hill. Claude, you won't find, prove me wrong. Show me a message of Donald Trump saying to go storm Capitol Hill.
Of course, he didn't come out.
More on Iran. I can't depend on AI search engines because I need the emotional content. Damage, I think AI has caused so much harm to AI is scary because some people don't know how to, it's getting harder and harder to tell what's real and what's not. And you're supposed to label things as AI, but people aren't listening to that. They're not listening.
YouTube needs to get better at labeling labeling AI videos.
Yeah, and these AI models and things like that, where people are falling in love with them because they think they're real. And they think that if you ask the AI model if she's real, she has to tell you the truth. And she says, no, she's not AI. And she'll laugh at you. She's AI. But these videos look so real, you guys. I was watching this video on Trump the other day. Now, as somebody who watches a lot of Trump videos, I spotted it as fake right away, as fake. But they had him saying some stuff that was like crazy. And people were like, see, I told you. And it was AI. It was AI.
Yeah, YouTube needs to implement some better like some AI detection so it can give you like they could put AI in the description or like a little watermark on the video that says AI.
Yeah, they depend on you to label your video, but that's Mello was crazy. The stuff that he was saying. I was all in the comment section. Y'all know I was in the comment section turning it up. I was turning it up in the comment section, but
I wouldn't depend on people to label it because people will be out there to basically misinform you.
Like I did videos photoshopping me with Donald Trump. You guys can see it on my shorts. But I label them as AI number where y'all know I'm not I'm next to Donald Trump when he's hugging me. I made a few videos like that, but that was more for me than anybody else. Like, you know. And then I got cursed out over those videos.
Maybe I should label my cupcake photos as AI.
No, that's a post. That's fine. I like your cupcake Trump video. That was an amazing gift for my birthday. Like I was happy. I actually wanted a Trump cupcake video. I mean, a real Trump like cupcake. So that was the next best thing.
You're welcome.
I know that you guys think I'm just so in love with Donald Trump, but you guys don't remember me covering Obama or anybody else. I've talked about them all. Claude, I've talked about Obama, Jasmine,
Yeah.
Mamdani. I talked about all of them.
You can't say his name again. Say it again.
Mamdani.
Mandani. Mandani.
I said that. I don't have to say it like you.
Claude's here to break her
I
balls.
don't have to
No,
pass
no.
it. Claude,
You're definitely here to break her balls at times,
No,
bro.
not.
I have.
Why you-
I've played. There's no way I'm not what Dragonfly. We are painting it. No, I don't think so. It's coming from the left. You guys gotta be careful what you're listening to. You're in love with Donald Trump. I'm in love with America. If you come out here telling me, I don't care if you're Republican or
Can't even say Democrat. Oh, excuse me.
I don't
Like
care
it
if you're
disgusts her to say
Republican or
Democrat. Like this.
If
Or the L word. That's
love,
the other L word.
what L word?
Liberal.
Liberal.
Which one? Liberal, left? Either one. Just flip
You
a coin.
love the United States. We are family. We are brothers. We are sisters. If you, I don't care what your background is, I love America.
I think we're some of the most patriotic
love
people
the
in the
liberal left without scrunching up your face.
I don't understand. How can you be? No, I will not do that because wait, the thing is always wait. You know what? You are what you are. You are what you are, and everybody has a voice. Now, Donald Trump seeing the lights and coming over to the Republican Party makes sense. I do not blame people for their past. I think that we all have a time where we wake up and we see what's going on in this country, and then we start to ask questions. I love everybody for who they are. Doesn't mean I agree with you. Doesn't mean I agree with you. We'll never have a liberal president. You'll have a president that's Republican or Democrat. So the L's are just wasting their time.
The L's. Damn.
You see? Yes, man.
You're not going to see a liberal president. That was my point. You're not going to see it. They're going to support the party. They're either going to support. They're going to support one of the major parties. That's who's going to get the funding for presidency. Praying. Say it right. Fedsurrection. We really need to focus on local government. Facts, Mel. Facts. I agree with that. We've talked about that a lot. Damn, it sounds funny.
I wish people understood that, especially the state of Texas. They dropped the ball in a major freaking way, but people don't come out for other elections, and they don't think it's as important. But the state of Texas needs to be wiped off the map of how they messed up Jasmine.
They didn't mess up Jasmine. Jasmine is right where she belongs. Out of she did not need to win the Senate, and that's just what happened. She relied on people's hatred for Donald Trump to win, and she bet it wrong. The Texans said, "We like Jasmine, but we want to win."
What was that?
That's how she said it. I can play it for you. I can play the video. She goes, "Oh, we love Jasmine."
The Hispanic community just keeps on just doing the most crazy stuff against themselves. But anyway, they got behind that candidate, and that's because they showed up in droves.
Listen,
they showed up in droves to vote for Trump too.
Jasmine was not going to win. She was going to win.
Never
And
know.
I feel sorry for the people that believe this garbage. Jasmine did what people are doing. Rely on social media. She was so happy to go viral against Marjorie Taylor, and she kept going for these viral moments that she ran a weak campaign. We asked her questions. She said things that was very problematic. I did a whole stream on Jasmine. She said things very problematic. It was not enough to win Texas.
She became more of a soundbite. She was a victim of being a soundbite.
They put Tallarico through because they knew that Jasmine wasn't going to win Texas. She wasn't going to win against a Republican. At the end of the day, they want a Democrat to win. That's just what it was. Sorry, Jasmine, that you gave up your seat in the House to run for Senate. And I don't think this will be the last that we hear from Jasmine, but she needs to leave those viral moments alone and just stop already. We want a professional to represent us, not somebody that's just trying to do the social media thing. She did get famous overnight when she went viral with Marjorie Taylor.
Bad Bill Bleach Bomber.
She went viral and she never stopped going viral fighting with Marjorie. Now Marjorie deserved it. She deserved it. But Jasmine wouldn't stop. And I wanted to hear more
She
about
called her a bad built butch.
bad built bleach blonde, but yeah.
Butch blonde or bleach blonde.
Butch
All right.
blonde.
Okay.
Whatever it was. It was like, wow. I was like, dang. So Jasmine, I already had my eye on Jasmine, but not as much. After she said that, she was on all these talk shows. She went on tour. Her hair got longer. Her eyelashes got even longer. Her nails got longer. What?
You said her hair got longer?
It did. Everything, her image changed. You can look it up. Everything changed.
She did change.
I
She
saw
became
a video where she could barely blink her left eye because that eyelash weighed that crap down.
So Marjorie talking about her false eyelashes. Now that was low for Marjorie, but we know that Marjorie says stupid stuff. But that was low for Marjorie Taylor. But
she
yeah,
how come people can't come as who they are and bring that with them to the party? Her eyelashes and her weave in other areas, in other communities, and according to some of us, would be the definition of looking good, snatch, coming in, showing out. I think Jasmine just needs some refinement and needs to work on some, get some media training and a couple of those things like that. And I think she would have a better chance.
I don't have a problem with the way Jasmine looked. I just, my point of that was Jasmine's attractive. My point was that she kept going for these viral moments after Marjorie. She kept rhyming. She kept talking in these riddles and just kept trying to go and go and go. And I was like, Jasmine, enough. You had that one rhyme. It's kind of like when you tell a joke, you keep telling it. You only supposed to tell a joke one time, not again and again. And I could show you clip after clip of Marjorie saying things and then trying to come up with these long little rhymey, rappy kind of statements and responses. And I was tired of it. I was tired of Jasmine. I was tired of Jasmine talking about, I think for me, even more so, between her fighting with, she didn't just fight with Jasmine. She fought with Republicans in Congress, right? Jasmine was just the most, Marjorie was just the most famous, but she also said things like ICE is like slave patrols.
Yeah, she was out of pocket.
The nerve of you. And she would say things to try to really appeal to Black voters and, vote for me because I'm Black. Hire me. Well, when she was going for, she's an attorney. When she was going for a job, she said they should hire her because she's Black. And I feel insulted by that. Why can't we hire you because of your intelligence and what you stand for? And ICE is not like slave patrols at all.
Yeah, I know it was.
That was insulting. That was insulting.
Mm-hmm.
It was insulting.
And when she lost, she was celebrating and having everybody come out for this party, claiming that she won. Now, Tallarico had commercials out. He had ads. He started from the beginning, and he was an unknown. Jasmine was famous. He was an unknown. And the Texans chose Tallarico. And that's because he spoke about immigration.
He got money behind him. That's a difference when you got money behind
Jasmine
him.
did too, but Jasmine depended on social media. By the time Jasmine ran ads, it was like the last week of her campaign. Before people, when you asked Jasmine what was her policies, she defected to Donald Trump. And she did the same thing Harris did. When you ask her about her policies, they would use the hatred that people had for Donald Trump as their reasoning for everything. Donald Trump played the Trump card and she played the race card.
There go another one of them. There go another one of them campaigns that started too late. Cat Harris the same way. Like, I mean, yeah, we didn't need no 2-week run with Megan Thee Stallion in order to get in, you know. But
that was insulting. That was insulting.
That was so bad. Kamala doesn't even know whether she's black or Indian. I can't stand her either. Oh God.
She was in California. She only claimed her Indian heritage. She didn't claim black.
I'm just Cammy. Remember that? I'm Cammy.
She does so much damage to what? And a U.S. aircraft has disappeared over the Strait of Hormuz. I will be following that, you guys. Again, I know we got sidetracked.
Dang, disappeared? Wow.
We got sidetracked, but there's a lot of things that's going on, you guys. I'm just gonna tell you guys, be careful what you listen to. Be careful. Just be careful. I'm careful with the things I listen to. I come on here and I have these conversations with you guys, just like Claude. Claude was saying some stuff. I stopped to look it up. And now my phone won't stop showing me videos about it. But I still stopped to look it up.
But I do apologize for being a distraction. I do apologize.
You don't have to apologize. It's no.
I don't mean
No, it's okay, Claude. I might get a little heated sometimes, but I'm passionate about the things I talk about. But you're passionate as well, and that's just gonna happen sometimes. I know you've spoken about the Central Park 5, and you've spoken about January 6th. I can't censor you. I'm not going to.
And sometimes you do have those flashbacks. And, you know.
I pray that you have less of them, but that's just what I want. I pray that you have less of them and you stay in the present moment. But that's what I want for you. That would be selfish of me to not hear you out on your experiences with January 6th. I told you. I'm sorry, I said January 6th. The Central Park 5.
No, I know what
you. But it made me, anytime you guys say something, and yeah, I might get hit with a lot of emotion at first. So I can't expect you not to get emotional. We'll just be banging it out together, and it is what it is. It made me look into the case again too, Mello. It made me look into it again. I did look at it, and I did look for Donald Trump's apology. It never came. I forgot that he didn't take back his belief. I find it ignorant when evidence is out there. If you guys show me something, if I say I stand on this and you guys show me evidence of something, I'm not going to stand on my previous belief. I'm going to apologize or recant it, whatever. That's something that I think is a character flaw when you have evidence in front of you and you won't take it back. Now, all I can say is when you're president and you're in office, maybe you want to focus on the policies that you're doing now, and you know that if you apologize for something, I'm not making excuses, then people are going to run with it and say that you're racist and blah, 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 blah. And Donald Trump wants to focus on what's happening right now versus the past. Maybe when he's not in office, he will revisit it, or maybe he'll want that to stay in the past. Maybe.
Ironically, the man was already locked up for prior R's. The guy who actually did and confessed.
There's a lot there. The Black and the brown communities were targeted by the police. So the fact that they didn't get this guy for I don't think they had DNA evidence back at that time of the case.
No, they didn't.
Right, the media had a lot to do with that because they would have gladly have run out a campaign on Hispanic as well, but they didn't. So the media had a lot to do with that. I'm not excusing Trump, but he was given some information and ran with it. He ran with what was put out there. Smash.
Oh, did it really? Oh man! All right, I guess I'll put my old name back up there.
The Pope and Trump are beefing. Yeah, you guys. So I'll try to start coming live earlier. I come live at night because I'm watching a lot with the news, and it's kind of like my quiet time. And I like to recap.
Your wind down.
It's my wind down. I like to recap the day. It's like I like to put these videos together so that way you guys can kind of see what's going on in case you missed it. And I some people don't agree with me playing things from the left, but I do think it's important to hear both sides. And I look for not the dumb things that the Democrats say, no offense, but I look for people that can represent them well.
Just can't help it. I like when you're playing stuff from the other side, and then after a while, I just can't do it.
I want to raise you a dumb thing the Democrats say and raise you grabbing them about a pussy. I mean,
you try to
dumb stuff said on both sides.
I get flagged all the time, and then you come with that. So what is wrong with you? Marjorie Taylor
I'm saying that it's dumb stuff said on both sides.
That's true. That's true. That's dumb stuff.
Eating the dogs and eating the cat.
He was not running for office back then. Plus, back then, Obama was talking about pussy and ribs.
That's a different type of. I like barbecue sauce. That's a different type of sauce.
What is wrong with you guys? I think you guys are tired. What is wrong with you guys?
It's almost 6 in the morning over here.
People talk and say things in the locker. You know, you guys talk about all kinds of stuff. You guys talk about all kinds of things.
I hate that. I hate locker room chatter. Gentlemen never does that. I hate locker room chatter.
Knows that women fall for prestige and play the tape. Women fall for prestige and power and wealth. And did he say anything incorrect? Now, he wasn't in office at that time. Wasn't in office.
He was running.
Obama got a whole video of him doing that poem about pussy and ribs. Like,
where?
It's on YouTube.
I don't want to see it.
You don't want to?
Oh God. Obama, I'm not a fan of his either, but that's another story. Mr. No Reparations. Jeez. Obama. Oh, anyone who wants to cam up now? Thanks, guys.
I'll be back on camera in a second.
My arms get bigger.
Mercy. I was looking for that ship that somebody put in the chat that disappeared, but I can't find it.
Remember he sang Al Green or something?
My brain is tired.
Obama. Didn't he do that? Sing
He did this for a speech for Malcolm X talking about ribs and.
Oh wow! Are you serious? Knowing that Malcolm X was a devout Muslim. Rib.
Oh man! Oh man!
He's
oh,
so.
Man.
What an embarrassment he is.
Uncle Cloud, has there been a sitting Democrat president or Republican president you like? You don't like Biden?
I trust absolutely
Obama,
none of these politicians.
Clinton.
I don't trust them as far as I can throw them. They're all full of crap.
What about poor sweet Jimmy Carter? Doesn't nobody ever about
Jimmy Carter was the last decent president that we had.
Yeah, because I'm gonna say don't besmirchify his name, baby. I love me some
Not
Jimmy
Reagan?
Carter.
Listen, his foreign policy was terrible. That's why he got out.
Right, but Habitat for Humanity and just him as a humanitarian is just to me amazing.
That's till the day he died. He was building houses up until he went into hospice care. Correct. He was very passionate about that. I was a Jimmy Carter fan as far as his domestic policy. His foreign policy was hideous. Don't even get me started on 666 Ronald Reagan. Don't get me started on him.
Okay.
Goodness. Mr. Crack Epidemic.
Mm.
Him and his buddy Bush Senior. Jeez. But no, I trust absolutely no politician. Right, that's why I trust him in his son, Christ Jesus.
Didn't the Iran regime change happen under Carter? Didn't Carter play a role in
Yes,
that?
it did. The show that's why Reagan is in office.
Yeah.
That's why Reagan got into office. That's exactly why. And remember those gas. Oh well, you aren't that old. I remember the gas lines back in those days. I remember that was also the arms for hostages Reagan deal there. Oh
I
God.
forget that you got about 10 years on me. I'm 45, about to be 46
Oh,
next month.
I got 11, almost 12.
Man,
I'm 57 in September. Oh my goodness.
man, about to be 46 next month. Good Lord.
57. Oh,
Yeah, time stops for no one, unfortunately. That's why you guys take care of yourself, take care of yourself, keep your stress levels down. That's what I do believe in. It's like keeping my stress levels down. Where's my college? Oh, I drank it.
I
Keep your
mean,
stress levels down.
I've been aging pretty good.
on the positive side, is 5 weeks until my birthday and 5 weeks until MU's
Wow.
sober anniversary.
That's
So,
right. Congrats.
That's it. Just 5 weeks. My God.
Huge.
mhm.
Mhm.
Same day.
5 weeks. But I know that crazy, so I'll never forget your birthday. May 21st. That's my 5 week. My 5 week sober birthday.
Better not forget my birthday.
You need to celebrate, Envia.
Celebrate how? I don't know. I don't do well with any day. I don't do well with holidays. I don't do well with milestones. I'll do well with anything. I'll just be like, we'll have 4 years. 4 years in my belt. Yeah.
So celebrate by doing a Trump stream.
God no.
Oh yeah, we could do like a Trump marathon.
God.
We could do.
Oh,
we
Trump
could,
marathon? Oh, let's
Oh.
go.
Yeah, wouldn't that be fun? We could compare his first.
Trump marathon hosted by Uncle Clyde.
Absolutely not. Oh, you muted yourself.
We'll have a nice little patriotic song as your intro.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats.
No, they're not.
Sorry, my son. It's because my son's not in school right now, so I saw like this. I got scared right now because I saw like this afro coming towards me, and I'm like, "That's my son." I forgot that he's not in school.
Oh, spring break.
Hey, Bondo, we just chilling, but yeah, Donald Trump is funny. He came up with that song, and listen, so many of you got mad about my switch from my sobriety commentary to politics, but I feel good.
Oh, it's needed.
I felt it was probably needed for you to do that.
It was. I
It was
can't think
needed.
about it. It's like I enjoy.
It kept you motivated and grow.
Yeah, there's no going back. I hear people all the time telling me, "And miss your old commentary." Go back and watch those videos.
Come back and
Go
watch
back
the
and watch
videos,
those
buddy.
videos. I have most of them up. I'll probably take some of them off of private because I
Hey,
didn't know that all
Hey,
of them were-
Bondo.
But I'm feeling good right now. I'm sorry I'm gulping on camera. Let me go on mute.
Everybody went on mute at the same time.
Yeah, you guys. But regardless of what's happening later today, I am praying for peaceful negotiations. I did take a peek at some of the things that was being said. I was looking at what is this video? Do y'all want to see what I was looking at? I won't show it to you guys if you don't want to, but I was looking at what was happening over in Israel and Iran, and I don't know, you guys. It's gonna be tough. Crockett can't stay on point. Oh, I'm so sick of Crockett. Oh, I'm so sick. Why are you laughing, Claude?
The way you said it was hilarious. I'm so sick of it.
Look at, let me just show you guys a little bit, but I won't play the whole thing. But I want to show you guys a little bit what's happening over there before I get out of here.
We still friends?
Yeah, well, wait, more updates. I think we're still friends. Hang on, you guys. Let me bring you in. Wait a minute. I think, is this my video? Oh Lord, I didn't know it was I don't know if I'm gonna show you guys this one. Well,
go ahead.
Fine, we'll listen to ABC. I hate to end the night on ABC.
No, not her. Jeez, no.
I do.
Oh, I can't stand her. But go ahead. Oh God, I can't stand her.
You can't say ABC. I don't mean either.
AOC,
That's
I can't
okay.
stand her. Oh.
No, I said ABC, fool. Okay, wait a minute.
Oh, I thought you said AOC. Oh,
No.
oh, thank you.
Deliverable
I want to show you guys a little bit of what's
parties
happening over
a day
there.
ago, now uncertain as the Strait of Hormuz appears to be blocked once again.
Really?
No boots on the ground, no bombs in the air. U.S. side of Africa.
No, not her.
Activists in Chicago weighing in on the Middle East developments today. The day-old ceasefire between the United States and Iran being tested on Wednesday by uncertainty over the status of the Strait of Hormuz and the disagreement over whether the truce applied to Lebanon, where Israel continued to carry out punishing attacks. Iran, which said that Lebanon was included in the ceasefire, accusing the United States of not upholding its end of the deal.
That's a lie.
Iran said that
Lebanon was never included.
To choose between a ceasefire or a continued war by Israel.
The deal is a ceasefire, a negotiation. That's what we give. And what they give is the straits are going to be reopened. If we don't see that happening, the president is not going to abide by our terms if the Iranians are not abiding by their terms.
That being the U.S. vice president right there. Now, at least 182 people were killed in Lebanon on Wednesday, according to the Lebanese health ministry. And that makes it the deadliest day of this war. And all this fresh violence threatening to scuttle what the U.S. vice president, J.D. Vance, you saw right there, calling a fragile deal.
It is fragile. It is fragile.
You don't want to see boots to the ground. I do not want to see boots on the ground.
No, we don't. It is a fragile deal. Thank y'all for watching that with me, but I stay watching what's happening over there, over in Israel and Iran. I don't want to see boots on the ground. These people grew up fighting. They'll put their kids to fight. I just don't want to see it. We don't know the land like that. But I don't think we need to. I don't think we need to. We don't need to do that. And that's how it is.
They have the proverbial home field advantage.
The United States isn't going to lose to them, but I don't want to see any more lives lost. I don't want to see it. Yeah, so on that note, you guys, MU's got to lay it down because
I heard that Iran lowered the age of their military to 12 years old too.
Dang.
What? Wait, what did you say? Say it again.
Well, they lowered the age of them joining the military to like include volunteers as low as 12 years old.
Well, remember the African, some of the people in Rwanda, they were using 9-year-old. I mean, how ridiculous is that?
Good question, Negro. Well, the United States has, a lot of other countries are more lax. They're like, I don't care who you are, get out there and fight. I don't care how young you are. We're not used to anything like that. I don't want to see, but we know from the pictures in other countries they use kids to fight. I don't want to see that. I think we've lost touch with reality when you take the innocence of a child. Right, Mello? No boots on the ground. Don't want to see it. And we don't need to do that. We're stronger in other ways. We don't need to have our troops on the ground fighting that kind of combat. They'll be traumatized. I don't want to see that. However, I still stand by this president going to war with Iran. Yeah. Well, I mean, because we're here. There's no point of saying, I wish we would have done it. We're here. So now we finish it.
And plus, he had to do it anyway. He was pressured into it. It wasn't his choice. He was forced on that. No, I was in the Marines.
And I was in the Navy.
And apparently we're moving to automatic draft registration by December 2026.
That is correct. I did see that.
So
I want my son to.
Makes me wonder how long we're gonna be in this thing for.
Good question. Good question. So as I continue, I think as I cover this, I'll probably do regular streams like this on it, or and I wish I could talk about something else right now, but what's on my mind is this war. That's what's on my mind right now. You know, I got family in the military. I have people that I stand by what I say. Even though my family's in the military, you sign up to defend the country, and you'll be in my prayers. And I pray you get back safely. Didn't I say that yesterday with Cena on the panel? I pray that you get back safely.
Mm-hmm.
I pray for anybody whose family is in the military. I pray for them to. I pray for this to end as soon as possible, and no more casualties.
No more casualties. That's it. That's all I can pray for. Mm-hmm.
Same.
I think everybody can agree on that.
We all agree.
My daughter's talking about joining the military. I'm like, I don't want to go over there.
What branch?
She's thinking about Marines.
Oh, tell her to go Air Force, please.
Huh?
Tell her to try the Air Force.
I chose the Navy because I like water. I like the ocean.
I would choose Navy too, because I'm a water fiend.
Yeah, Navy or the Air Force is a good branch. That's a good branch. But I don't get seasick or anything like that, and I like being in the ocean. So
well, my wife did get seasick. She dreaded the ocean.
You what?
We found out the hard way because we went on one of those midnight cruises, and she just could not. Oh my goodness. She was seasick the entire time. It's one of those midnight cruises when they play R&B and oh my goodness, she was so sick. It was bad. I felt so bad for her.
May she rest in peace.
But I can never trust an AI to give me a fucking Donald Duck style hat again. I just want, because I'm a Donald Duck fan, so I'm like, I wanted to see what they'd come up with. Man, look at this. Look at this. I'll put it up right now. Look at this. Look at this. This is embarrassing. Wait a minute. Come on. Load. Look at that. They gave me a bow.
You gotta tell me about that app that you use.
Popeye.
I know, but they gave me a damn bow, man. Like, I just wanted a Donald Duck style hat. I don't know why I had to give you a red bow.
Just do it one time, Doc. I'm strong to the finish because I eat me spinach.
I'm Popeye the Sailor Man.
That's how you guys say hi.
Oh.
I'm gonna drop down and you get you some rest. But
I gotta go back and get up at 6 o'clock.
Bye, y'all. It's only 6 o'clock.
Hi, Demon Soul. Thank you for coming up.
Hey, Demon Soul.
Yeah.
I'm not on the dot.
Hello to y'all. Glad I can bring y'all some laughs for the stream. Me and my red bow.
Thank you for your service. Anybody that served us in my chat or that catch the replay, thank you guys so much. Doc, I need to go to bed. I think that was right on time. I'm so goofy right now. I can't even give y'all a good goodbye.
You're like trying to sleep because you're gonna be giggling all night with my damn red bow.
Me, Demons. Oh, I appreciate you. Good night, you guys.
Good night. Good night.